To the fucking right!
It's locked, all right.
Science fails you. Good evening, my dear colleague.
You look ill.
I have no doubt.
Well,
But thank you.
how is...
When people buy guns instead of medication,
I'd like to see... Good evening, Mr.
Surely you have someone.
How do you...
I would not even accept fresh.
Yes, you do. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
I said I don't want anything. But I'll keep this for those who really need it.
How...
Terrible, to say the least.
That's quite an...
Stop pretending, Mr. Doctor.
There isn't just one way to help Whitechapel.
Your way seems to attract sorrow and dis...
Did you refuse to publish?
Yes,
You could have told him.
as a great right.
Tell me everything you know about...
I do not believe.
Goodbye.
This city is doomed.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, but... You again?
Can I offer...
The name is...
Can I offer you?
The name is Colossus.
Goodbye, Mr.
Fancy bar.
You never... How are the...
Well, there's more people outside it.
Right then.
Fancy buying some...
You never... Right then.
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been wicked. Don't let your guard down, sir.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask...
I'm not bothered.
Do you need any medical help?
Yes, I do.
You'll feel better.
I'm not...
Goodbye, young man.
Even my dream cloaked with gloom.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Do you need any assistance?
It depends.
I am
Forgive my suspicion.
How?
When I think about all...
Goodbye, man.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doc.
If you...
Thank you, sir.
How...
I always thought it was my...
And you're not sure?
Emptied coffins. Cannibalism.
Goodbye. I cannot enter.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Miss Swan.
I'm so sorry.
Good evening.
Sure.
I heard
Everything was going well.
maybe you should consider the bigger
So you put an end to the operation.
You seem to have a lot on your...
I heard you are a famous surgeon. Tell me, what did you do to Dorothea? She was so bright, so clever.
I didn't use drugs or medical trickery, Mr. Petrescu. All I did was talk to Nurse Crane. I promise you.
But what happened to her then? After you left, she did not even recognize me. Then she got careless and sick, and I had to flee.
Goodbye, Mr. It's locked, all right.
Don't touch me with your disgusting hands!
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
A fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment, I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent, but those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking savages, every one of them. And now with this bloody fever, they're just animals.
You can find safety of sorts in Whitechapel. If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages. You had better return.
Safety isn't really...
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice.
I'm managing a trade.
Good evening, Doc. How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir.
You should show respect for
The bodies I watch over are the unwanted and undesired, sir. I would never deprive anyone of their family artifacts.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Tomorrow, more...
Good evening. Please show me what...
Of course. Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then sadly depart. I'm managing a train terminal, not a morgue.
What news, Jonathan? I've heard you've now joined the Vamp...
Did Elizabeth tell you?
So it's Elizabeth now.
I may have found the source of the contagion. Doris Fletcher, the actress. Thankfully, in the end, she was destroyed by fire.
Really? Oh, please, do tell me more.
Doris was a heavily mutated skull. Almost a new breed entirely. It's as if the disease had completely altered her mind and body. Highly contagious.
As if the disease had taken control of her will?
Yes. Once a beautiful and brilliant woman, she became motivated by hate alone.
Oh, she was a beauty. I met her when she visited the hospital to cheer up the sick. Too bad the fire destroyed her. But it was probably for the best.
Have you heard of similar cases?
No, I don't think so. Except, perhaps... it reminds me of an old report from the Brotherhood. Well, more an article, really.
What was it about?
The author, a friar, referred to a rare form of contagion in a skull he observed during the Black Death. The carrier was always female. They called them Icors.
Have you seen Lady Ashbury recently?
Yes, she popped in yesterday. Told me about your new friends in the West End.
Just a courtesy visit, then?
Yes. And no. She was en route to the docks, I think, following a lead concerning your maker.
How's the situation?
We're still holding out.
I'll come back later.
Always a pleasure.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening,
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
Good evening. Please show... Of course.
Sir, no cross!
We have to stop it! Fine, I'll take it.
Ain't safe here for a gentleman. Don't come closer. It ain't human. Kill it. God, back to the shadows.
Vicious beast.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm not sure that's any of your business.
I hope you realize that staying here will put your life at great risk.
Ha! I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen, or whatever these thugs call themselves. I can still kick some respect into those youngsters.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you really after these men? Why?
They took my boy! I've had no...
I see. But as I said, you're...
Well, this part of town used to be...
There is a name engraved under the blood, on the back of the case. Jack Gillingham. Perhaps Enid's son. Good evening, Mr. Fisher.
Yeah.
Do you require...
I'm fine.
Goodbye, Mr. Giselle's stolen money. Everyone has some unethical
Down
ways
to
of
the last
financing their war.
to let your guard down.
Women of all countries unite!
Always a pleasure to see you, sir.
I must admit the Guard of Priwen impressed me. They must have spent years preparing their plan.
Let's see.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly
have an inquisitive mind.
Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
I know we're facing a crisis, but I'm shocked no one took the time to clean up the mess inside the club since we were attacked. Lord Redgrave is outside almost every night coordinating our defenses. Such an example. Rumors say 2 cases of infection have been reported in Buckingham Palace. Good thing the king is not.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign echoes. This is an outrage. We repelled the intruders for now. But how long before they return?
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please, tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I...
All right.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson. To make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turned the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage, and only capable of creating skulls.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor soul survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, my dear.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
That leech is fast!
A restaurant where the guests are blindfolded before being seated. Intriguing. I cannot enter. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood. I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
This is my territory!
She's telling me not to. He's telling me to do.
Show me your power, newborn!
You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon!
Huh. Whew. Now. This is one of those times.
It's locked.
gonna keep me locked in here?
Are you from Ascalon? I don't care!
Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife! How long are you gonna keep me locked in here? Let me go, you bastard!
Gotcha!
Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife!
Okay. Fucking.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
Are you all right, miss?
Who are you? What do you want from me?
My name is Jonathan Reed. I'm a doctor. What happened to you? Why are you here?
I'm Louise Teasdale. I was kidnapped a few weeks ago by a vampire. Don't laugh, please, sir. It's no joke.
I believe you, Miss Teasdale.
That monster told me my father was dead. That no one was waiting for me outside.
You're safe now. You don't have to worry about the vampire. You should just return home.
Thank you, sir. I hope we'll meet again soon. Because I'd really like you to teach me how to get rid of these creatures.
Goodbye.
Everybody. I could completely. I could probably be the guy that just ended the world and be like, but I got to go. And I'll marry you out. I'll be like Dracula. Fuck him up with my wife. I'm an angel life. I don't need no strife.
Good evening, Miss Bright.
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war.
Always glad to see a former...
Too long indeed. And
Do you know...
everybody knows him.
Did he buy something?
No, he left quickly.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert. It's always a pleasure. I hope you can stay.
It's locked, all right. Good evening.
You know.
Does your daughter still work?
Have you not seen Carol since you returned?
So you're less of...
Some things never change.
Why would her...
She does not realize how cruel I...
You have...
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed.
What?
I'm still mad.
Really?
Don't get me wrong.
Tell me...
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter?
Have you no...
Other than you...
Goodbye for now.
Dr. Reed.
I cannot enter.
I am glad to see you again.
Good evening, Miss Price.
Dr. Reed? Yes.
Good to see you.
Oh, yes.
Why?
I am helping my mother and... I do the best I...
Why?
Oh, no, most...
What?
I don't speak to many people.
What can...
Some of our regular...
Have you no...
No. Mr. Nithercott used to pass...
Does he not come by?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this can...
Do you...
Oh, yes, Doctor.
Do you...
No, I was just...
Do you ever think...
Oh, no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough...
Have...
Yes.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books. And then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye.
I am sorry, I can't help
Good evening, sir.
I'm conducting an...
And who are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan...
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard.
I work for the Ascalon Club.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir.
Do you know any...
Who doesn't know the man?
What else can you...
Aloysius Dawson.
Why...
Criminals, really.
I'd like to report...
Then I'll write the name down.
What are you...
I told you.
Do you work...
Yes.
What...
I know, it's a...
What can you tell me?
I'm the one asking questions.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss...
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor?
What are you...
I have a missing woman.
Tell me about...
She's a waitress.
Do you have any idea?
No.
What are you...
I have a missing woman.
Tell me about Louise Teasdale.
She's a waitress. Our father...
Do you have any idea?
No.
Tell me or...
I'm not even sure there is only one.
How could different killers...
That's my main problem.
Goodbye, Detective.
Goodbye.
Have I discovered everyone in this location? Nope, still... Still technically 3 missing. So I had to. That.
Guards never... Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me the truth.
The cards told you to expect me?
Yes, they tell me everything. They told me that you struggle hard not to take too many lives.
Is that...
Aloysius Dawson?
He's not the only one.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Can you read the card?
Are you sure you...
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 100
Perhaps. What can you tell?
I really don't...
So, you see nothing?
Oh, I can tell you.
Do the card...
No. It's the burning orb.
Read.
You have been chosen, Jonathan.
Tell me.
I'm from...
Some believe you to be a
guard of Priwen. Who else?
Did they steal it?
A personal notebook.
Do you want your...
If you ever find...
For how...
It was 50...
What do you make of...
Edgar is a Brit...
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The guards always...
Is it possible to tell?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate.
All right.
The walls of your prison have already been raised, Jonathan. But you will...
I would... How did you...
Swansea told me.
Mary.
Suffering is part of the immortal...
May I?
Of course.
I know there is no...
It was 1801.
What was the nature?
The problem was that...
Who found...
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer.
So you're not just a club of...
Once upon a time...
Goodbye.
I rarely... The Red River, a song in the dark, the whispers of a sun.
It's locked.
So many signs to interpret.
Alright, not gonna lie, I kinda want to get 150 shillings. Because that is my goal. That is my goal, to get 150 so he can read my fortune. I will not kill him. If it's bad. Or if it's good or bad. Oh, hold on. So yeah. Get out of here. Your voice. Smells good. What the fuck? It smells something. It smells good.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you...
I need to trade.
May I look at your...
It's always a
Okay. So, let's go ahead and... Oh, wait a minute. Nope. I did not need to go that way. Where's the hideout? Alright, so that means I gotta go this way. Up the stairs.
What has happened to the London that I knew?
Holy shit.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, please.
That's all you need.
Well, is it not important?
I suppose you...
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city
Okay.
What you should ask...
Goodbye. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... Your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard it.
I'm afraid not, sir.
The pleasure...
What?
I've heard this is a man who is...
Goodbye.
I have discovered everyone here. The twins, which they really are interesting. Gunpowder, stuff that I need.
It's locked. How do you measure the amount?
I told you.
Is it possible to...
Vampire.
All right.
Walls of your prison.
Can you read the...
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan.
Here is the money.
The glutton. A man who just eats life as a cake. A righteous ego, surprised to fall in love.
Can you read the...
Put the money on...
Perhaps later. Goodbye, sir.
Oh,
Until
he can tell you every information you want.
Gods never lie, but they are never easy to read.
So that's what he does. Okay. He tells you information about the people that you... Clever. If you can't find it one way, he can read the fortune to you. That's a lot of money. I don't get this. This is his mansion. So what am I missing? I don't get it. What am I missing? It's telling me to go back inside the thing, but originally it was to get through here, which I have. I don't think this is his manor. This can't be his place.
It's locked, all right.
Doctor? What? I have a missing woman.
Tell me.
She's awake.
Do you have?
No.
Do you?
Who doesn't know the man?
What else?
Aloysius Dawson's.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doc.
Sir, no admittance. Stop right now! He's spotted! I order you to step back!
Might be his manor.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains. Am I ready to make a dying man my progeny? Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment. It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Finally you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight, I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist, such as yourself, would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
I'm the only vampire in the room for now, so please indulge me.
All right, all right. What is it you wish to ask?
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Let's move on, then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed. And I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London. I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
By doing so, you will also create 2 separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
The problem is, this guy would be powerful with my blood. And I don't know if I should sire such a man.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
I could just charm him. Forget death. See, I don't want to do that because that's 2,000 experience I could use for myself. And that's the thing. I killed my sister, and she came back. I never turned her. I embraced her, and I murdered him. Because big boy would be pissed of every vampire wanting me dead. But I want my wife. This is where I don't know. I don't want to do that. But charming turns him into a scald. And that's just outright supposedly killing. He would literally be an asshole to the world. He wouldn't be... I should end his misery, or just make him forget about death itself. Let's see how this... Oh no. He knows about the hospital. He could easily just slaughter the hospital.
You don't deserve immortality, Mr. Dawson.
What? What are you prattling on about?
I don't believe I've ever met a man so bereft of empathy. You, sir, are despicable.
No! Wait! You can't! I made a deal with Lord Redgrave. I'll finance whatever he wants. Please, just ask him.
Sleep now. Rest now. Forever.
I would have lived forever. Who are you to decide my fate? Who gave you the authority?
Let's see how this turns out.
Is it done, Doctor?
Alas, Aloysius Dawson was not brought back to life after his death. The man is gone.
What? What happened?
He didn't survive the procedure.
This is unacceptable, nevertheless. You would...
Well?
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with it.
Yes, go, traitor. And take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be...
Step away, traitor. Return to your dubious friends and your decrepit hospital. Do not dare show yourself again, you or that monstrosity you bring to my door. Step away, traitor. Return to your dubious friends and your decrepit hospital. Do not dare show yourself again, you or that monstrosity you bring to my door.
If he couldn't survive the procedure, then I don't care. Compared to me, you're nothing more than an insect, Lord Redgrave, as I am more powerful than you. I will walk in that building. I'll walk in there and just be like, shh, shh, let's go, mother. We about to make this place lit.
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon.
Old Bridget.
Your friend, the wise Ekon.
How did you...
She came to us in the
What kind...
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked.
Lady...
She said she was your friend, and that she saw...
Did anyone see you?
Who said I took the streets? How did...
Lady Ashbury.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago.
Harriet Jones is still with you then?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly.
Tell me what is...
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Wait!
I'm listening.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about me.
What do you think?
Her soul is good. Yet...
Why did she come?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of the city.
Where is Lady...
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with...
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well. And he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You...
Yes. But my words were not meant to hurt or threaten.
Note.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady?
Yes. Tell her I love her.
Is this still unknown to her?
I'm a-coming. I'm a-coming, Doc! first things first is I gotta try to figure out a way to get there. Okay.
You really thought you could betray Lord Redgrave and pay the price?
Good.
If you're here from the doctor,
Do you require...
not me.
Since I took an oath...
Well, in what?
Goodbye, Mr.
It's like I'm used to seeing death.
You Londoners are no match for me! You're mine!
Well, alright. Fucking let's add level 30s up against me. Like, that's a 10 level gap. I might have a shotgun for his bitch ass. That's the only thing. I can kill one of them. And that one right there had to be... had to be right there. Alright, come on, load. Load so I can figure out what I'm doing.
I have this thirst for blood.
Alright. I might be able to pull this back.
What is this truck? Are the vampire hunters here already?
Let's see what's going on. Already got...
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar? Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood.
Allow my buddy to be hurt. If they fucking touch the hair on his head, I'm gonna rip their fucking heads off. Not to mention I'll fucking murder the goddamn Redgrave himself because he's a punk ass biatch. Trying to get used to not having bosses.
Ultraviolet curtains and Ori calcium powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for what.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it, just like you are.
You're its progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers. ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. Show some style. Fight like a man.
Or pin you down!
The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me.
Freewood prevails!
Come on, Reed. Try something else.
And drink your blood.
Your poisonous bite is useless on me.
Oh, who said it was for you, buddy? It was just for me to get my blood up.
Show some style. Fight like a man. Come on, Reed. Try something.
Doing. That was actually the easiest boss fight.
We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall
To be fair, that was the easiest boss fight I've ever had. The only thing difficult was the damn light placements.
And we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I'm not saying we could be friends, you and I. But perhaps we could collaborate to put an end to this epidemic.
Never! We are Priwen. We do not negotiate. We do not compromise.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
Oh. I could make him the most powerful vampire hunter him into blade. Maybe. I could spare you or turn you. 1,000's not that bad. I could deal with 1,000. Most of my skills take more than that. So I could turn him. I could so turn him.
I'll make you a vampire. I'll make you one of us.
No! Kill me!
Prepare yourself, Hunter. You're about to be hunted, just like me.
No! No!
When I kissed my goodbye, I had no idea what I was doing. But now I do. Consider this my kiss of Judas. Welcome to the world through the looking glass.
Damn! Damn! I'm an asshole! By the way, yeah, no, that shadow thing I need to upgrade badly. But I don't care. I'll sacrifice 1,000 to teach that motherfucker a lesson. That motherfucker a lesson. Good fight. It was a good fight. It was a. But don't underestimate me, McCullum. Which is weird because that was also my stepdad's last name and my sister's last name. So. Fuck you, McCullums! I win this war! Oh, he's way the fuck over there. Alright, you know what? I think this will be a good spot. I did sleep.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Wise choice, Doctor.
I need all of that. Alright. I think that will do for this episode. Thank you guys for...
So lucky to have Dr. Reed, you know. I met him in New York once.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count. Is this supposed to be I wish I could say the same.
You look exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe for more. Hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time in my realm. Goodbye.